Hello friends, first of all I will introduce myself. My name is Nikhil. Today's date is 20th of September 2022 and today's video topic is types of exception. There are mainly two types, checked and unchecked exception and user defined and predefined user defined and predefined exception. So we will see what are user in that checked and unchecked exception are present. So we will see first what are checked exception. Checked exceptions are those exceptions which are checked by compiler at runtime. For example, file not found exception, class not found exception, uh, SQL exception. For we will see one example of this. If in a class we are importing one txt file, then the compiler will ask if this file is not found, then what we will have another option for it. So it will ask to create an uh, exception handling code. You must try to means we have to give an exception handling code for that, so that the compiler will not give the warning. Then next we will see MySQL exception is related with database exception. We write all connectivity exception in a finally block. Finally is also block. Finally is also predefined exception present in a Java. All this exception has a superclass of exception, and that superclass is a subclass of throwable. So next is then we will see a unchecked exception. What are unchecked exception? Unchecked exceptions are those exceptions which occur only by mistakes. Means it will occur in when we run code 1,000 times, it will occur only 1% chance of unchecked exception. Means compiler will not check it, it will occur in a runtime. For example, we will take an array of size 7. If we are length 7, if you are trying to fetch the 8th element of array, then it will show an index out of bound exception. Means it does not know the 8th elements, because we have given the size of 7, so it will show the array index out of bounds exception. Then with second is a arithmetic null pointer exception. If we string null pointer exception is shown in string. If we put string value of string is null, then it will show null pointer exception. It is also unchecked exception, means compiler will not check to it. Then next is arithmetic exception. We will take one array and we will take two numbers, number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is 10 and number 2 is 0. If in our code if we divide number 1 by number 2, means 10 divided by 0, then compiler will give arithmetic exception. Means it doesn't know what to do with number 1 when 10 is divided by 0, so it will give an exception, that is arithmetic exception. Then our user defined or throw is created using new keyword. Means we are creating a new object and creating our own exception. We are creating our own exception, so that we doesn't require to call the predefined. We will create a class, and from that class we will pass object to that throw, so that it will not go to predefined class, it will goes to the child class of the so because it will not goes to predefined class, it will goes to child class, because preference is given to always child class. So the throw and throws. What is throws? Then throws is a type of exception. Means it will pass its response. If one method is passing its responsibility to another method, it will use a keyword throws. Means if we have M1 has exception, means risky code, it in front of M1 method we will write throws exception name, and that will pass to next method which is calling to it. Thank you. This is all from my side.